Hello guys, welcome to the classes. Today I'm going to explain SAP Easy Access Screen. If you remember, in our previous class I have explained the project detail for our online classes. Before we start project work into the SAP, we should be knowing what is SAP Easy Access Screen, what all are the different options are there, what all are the different toolbars are there for us to use the SAP in order to complete the configuration for our project. So with that, if you see my screen and if you try to locate my the mouse cursor, so this is on the top, this is my menu bar where I have menu, edit, favorite, extra, system, help. Below this menu bar I have standard toolbar. Along with this standard toolbar I have command command box to execute the transactions, or we can say the transaction box where we can type the transactions and we can execute the transaction. Below the standard toolbar I have the title bar. The moment I execute any transactions, then system will make the changes in the title as per the transactions executed by me or by the individual user. Below the title bar I have my standard toolbar where few other options are there, like to create the favorite, to delete the favorite. I can change the favorite, I can make the favorite location up and down. So I'll be explaining these options in detail. Below the application toolbar I have my SAP tree menu. This is absolutely by default provided by the SAP, and if you see the folder which start with the favorites, so this is absolutely customized. I can delete, I can create the favorites as per my own requirement. Below the SAP tree menu in the left bottom, this is my status bar. The moment I execute any transactions, then the status of that particular transactions will be visible over here. On the right hand side there are few more information, so the more useful is the small drop down button. If you open this drop down, you will be having few details like system, client, user, program, transactions, etc. So if you want to keep eye on the username, so you can select user. If you want to see the client or the system detail, the moment you start your configuration and you must be knowing in which client you are working, then maybe you can select the client as well. This is absolutely as per your own choice or your own requirement. But in my my favorite is to keep client always on the screen. Then only while doing the configuration into the development system, or by if we are doing the testing into the testing system, then we must be knowing the client, and if the client is there on the screen, that means we are working into the right system. Okay, with that, let's move to the left top of the screen. If you click on this, the first 5 options: restore, move, size, minimize or maximize. These 5 options belongs to the screen size only. You can restore, that means your screen will be resized. You can minimize, you can maximize, you can move the screen. The moment you restore the screen for a minute, then you can move the screen over here, right, like this. You can maximize, minimize. This is absolutely normal and it is clear from the nomenclature itself. Close mean you can close the current section. So currently I have closed my one of the session. Now if I go back to that small button, then I have create session. I can stop the transaction. So create is again very straight. The moment you click, system will create another screen for you. And the stop transaction is something you have executed. For example, if you have executed some transaction, and if that transaction is taking some time and you want to stop that transactions forcefully, then you can use this option. And the key point, this button or this option will remain available during the complete transactions, complete configurations. It doesn't mean if you have executed any transaction, then this button will get deactivated or disabled. This button will remain always in active state. You can forcefully stop any kind of transactions. If you see, if you feel that you have clicked the wrong transactions, or if you have executed wrong transactions, then you can use this stop transaction button. Okay, with that, the next is menu. It is very clear, SAP menu. That means my SAP Easy Access Screen, business, workplace, create role, display, role menu. Business workplace is again something kind of outlook for the SAP. Create role, display role, it's more about the person specific role, what kind of role that person have into the system, that can be checked with the help of create role or display role. Refresh is again to refresh the current screen. So this is about the menu. If you go to the edit, three options: execute in new window, or create shortcut on the desktop. So bottom one, create shortcut on the desktop, is absolutely clear. If you want to make the shortcut on the desktop, you need to simply select the transactions and then click on the last option. You will be having one shortcut on your desktop. If I use execute in new window, so both the means we are going to execute the transactions, but the point is either we are going to execute that transaction on the same page or into the new window. That is the functionality provided by SAP. If you click F2 while selecting MM01, the transaction will get executed on the same page. Okay, and if you select MM01 once again, if you want to execute a new window, then there will be another window for you where this transaction will get executed. Okay, I'll type /n. I'll go to my SAP Easy Access screen. Okay, so this is my edit. If I'll go to the favorite, then again add, change, or move. I can add the favorites in my favorite bar. I can change the favorites which is already there, or I can move the favorites up and down as per my choice. For example, if I want to use MM01 on the top, I can do that with the help of move button, or I can use the shortcut as well, Control Shift F1. Okay, this is how you can move the favorites. I can delete as well. Very simple. Select the particular the favorite and click on the delete. That system has deleted that particular favorite from the particular transaction from the favorite folder. Now you can see this is my status bar. System is showing not deleted from the favorite list. This is how we can read the status bar as well. If I'll go back to the favorite, then again I can insert the folder like favorite. If I want to insert another folder, I can insert the transaction as well, or I can add the other objects as well. Other objects, I mean to say, currently I have added Google. Okay, so this is my another object. Maybe I can click once again over there. These are the few components or the URL type which I can use. So currently I am going to use web address or file. Here you need to provide the particular the address for that particular website where you want to insert the object. So very simple, gmail.com. The moment you click OK, there will be a URL. Now if you double click on it, and if you have right URL in place, then system will open the Gmail for you. So this is how you can access the Gmail or URL or maybe the other objects you can insert or you can delete. Okay, so let me delete the Gmail from the account. Download or upload. Very interesting options. So if you have 10 or 15 or 20 members in your team and you want to share your favorites with them, you need to download these favorites into the PC. Then you need to send that file to all of your team members. You can send the file maybe over the email or maybe over the another the communication channel. The moment they receive the file, they need to store that file over the desktop. Then they need to come into the folder of favorite, and then they need to upload from the PC. They need to upload the same file from their PC. The same favorite will get updated in that particular user automatically based on the file which you have shared with them. This is how we can use download or upload option. Under the extra, again there are some administration information or display documentations or the technical details. So currently I have clicked on the URL of Google in my favorite, and if you click on the the technical details, system will show what is the text and what is the transaction code behind that. For example, if I click on MM01 and if I go to technical detail, you can see the transaction code is MM01 and what is the description that is there in the next box. Okay, so this is my extra. If you go to the settings, this setting is absolutely for the SAP easy access. So let me give quick demo for that. So the first option is display favorite at the end of list. If you click it, and if you click the OK, then your favorite will move to the bottom. Okay, in a similar fashion, display technical name. Now you can see mm01 and few transaction codes are there, but if you want to hide them, you can by by removing the last tick, display technical name, make it the blank, and hit OK. You will be able to see the only description. There is no technical name. If you want to see the technical name once again, just click it, remove the first option so that I can move my favorites again into the top of my screen. Now you can see the transactions code, it's coming now before the description of every line. This is how you can use settings, set transaction codes. Again, this is very simple to use. The moment you make the SAP login, what transactions code you want to see first. Instead of SAP easy access screen, if you want to see any transaction code need to be open for you the moment you make the login, you can set the transaction. Then after that, every time when you make the login, that particular default transactions code will execute it immediately for you, and system will land over that particular transaction code. SAP easy access screen would not be available on that point of time. Okay, this could be an interview question. If interviewer asks how you can disable your SAP easy access screen, and if you want to enable one particular transaction code, then how you can do that. So you need to simply answer yes, we can do that, while going to the SAP easy screen first, then go to the extra, then use the last option, start transactions, and the moment you fill the transaction code, then you need to log out, make the login again. Then there will be no SAP easy access screen. You will be having the direct same the transaction code on your screen. With that, the next option is system. The new GUI window. Again, I can create the new window, I can close the window, user profile, service, utility. These are the some the options are there. I'll not be covering in detail because this is not relevant. Status, I can see the status of my SAP system, what kind of operating system I have, what kind of time zone I have, that I can check with the help of status. Log off mean I can log off the screen. Now moving to the help, so this help is having the URL links directly from the SAP. If you want to take the help from application standpoint, just click on that. System will take you into help.sap.com website. In the similar fashion, SAP library, glossary, release notes, you can visit these links, and system will help you to redirect into the right kind of websites, that is from the SAP. Again, you will be able to see there is some setting. This is absolutely different setting. Please do not mix with this setting. This setting is for the SAP easy access screen, and this is for another purpose. Okay, so with that, let me move to my standard toolbar. So it is always start with the first. This is green tick. That means this is my enter. I can use my keyboard enter, or I can use this green button as well in order to execute the transaction. For example, if I'll execute mm01, now I can use my keyboard enter, or I can use this green button as well. Okay, system has executed the transaction for me. Now you can see these three options are enabled now, but save button is still in the grayed out mode, because I haven't created the material. The moment I create the material, then this will be enabled automatically by the system. This is back, this is exit from the current screen, and this is the red button is for the cancellation. So very simple. Again, the green one is back, exit, and the cancel. The next option is I can print, I can find, or find next, to scroll the pages. Okay, to create the new session, the moment I click over here, the new session will get created. Okay, now you can see the other options got enabled automatically. This is shortcut. The moment you click over there, right, and if you fill the transaction code over here, then in your SAP GUI or the login pad, you will be having this mm01 entry automatically. For example, let me finish, and if I'll open my SAP login pad, you can see MM01 got created automatically over here. One more example, if you want to see, I can give you. Okay, so I can create this transaction for ME21N. Next, finish. Go to the SAP login pad. You can see ME21N got created. This is how we can use the this shortcut button, right? So this is again help. The next option is customized local system layout. From this option, from this button, the first option is, you know, the option name itself, where you can change the screen, you can change the theme, right, to the various like golden, green, purple, red, etc. The moment you click on the gold, and if you click OK, then you need to log off. The moment you make the login again, that particular theme will get activated for you. So with that, I am moving to the title bar now. So currently I am on the SAP Easy Access. For example, if I want to execute MM01, okay, you will be able to see the title of the screen has been changed now to create material, right? Earlier it was, if I'll type /n, then you can see it is now SAP Easy Access screen. And also please see the bottom left. The moment I execute MM01, now please keep an eye on the left bottom of the screen. See, start transaction. There was a small, you know, the status for you, the start transaction, right? It was just for 1 second or less than 1 second. System has created the or executed the transaction for you. This is how we can read, the SAP Easy Access or the title bar plus the status bar as well. Now coming to the application bar. So again, this is coming from the menu bar only. This is SAP menu again. In the menu, I can see this is my SAP menu. Control F11. This is again just for the Control F11, just for the the easiness only. This is again SAP Business Workplace. These to display the role, add the favorite, delete the favorite, edit the favorite, or move the favorite up and down. Okay, this is how you can use these options. I can create the role, assign users, or documentation. This is all about the application toolbar. Now below the toolbar I have SAP Tree menu. For example, this is my favorite. I can add my favorite transactions code into this folder, so that I need not to visit every time the lengthy path, or I need not to type the transaction code every time. I can just directly double click over here and I can do my work, right? This is about my favorite. SAP menu, generally we say it is SAP Tree menu. So for example, if you click on the logistic, if you click on the material management, I can see sales and distribution as well, logistic execution, then plant maintenance, quality maintenance, everything is there, but again from the end user standpoint. How and from the end user standpoint, let me explain. So if I'll go to the material management, purchasing, then purchase order. Now you can see you can change the current purchase order. If you have already created purchase order, you can change with the help of this option, or you can use ME22 and directly transaction code into the bar and you can execute it. Okay. If you go to the ME, if you click on the create, right? So ME21N, very the very well known transaction from where we can create the PO manually. So now if you don't remember the transaction code, you can follow this path, right? SAP menu bar, then logistic, material management, purchasing, purchase order, then create ME21, and you can take the help of ME21N in order to get the PO created manually. So again, ME21N, ME22N, ME23N, these are the end user transactions, right? The moment you double click it on, you need to provide a few details into the screen, right? The details, I mean to say the organization data, right? Which transaction code or which the purchase organization's purchasing group and the company code being need to be used in order to get the PO created. Now this is absolutely based on the configuration which we are going to make in our upcoming classes. Okay. So end user can use the configuration or the functionality provided by the SAP consultants based on the company requirement. I hope this is clear now. Why I am saying this is end user. This is not for the this is not for the customization or for the configurations. This SAP Tree menu can be used to execute the end user transactions. So with that, I think that's all from my side from today's classes. But again, just for your quick heads up, in one of my next class, now I'm going to start the the real-time based project for SAP implementation, and we will start from SAP Easy Access screen. Then we will go to the SPRO. SPRO is one of the main gate where we can enter into the customization world for the SAP. The moment you click the SPRO transaction code, then you will be able to see the title bar of the SAP has been changed from customizing execute project. I have three options here: SAP reference, IMG, IMG means implementation guide, information, and the project analysis. So for us, first option is main, where I can see the multiple tabs. These tabs we will be using for the project work, in order to get the SAP implemented. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to start for enterprise structures. So till the time, thank you so much for your time. Stay healthy, stay happy. Thank you so much. Take care.